on what was that? What is that show called?
That is Free Fire Effect. It's run by John Burk. You can watch it over on his Facebook. There was a really interesting debate going on between him and Ademo Freeman tonight.
Yeah, and I have to admit, after listening to that, I will say I thought he was just a muscle-bound idiot. Like I didn't expect him. Well, I mean, he's all he talks about on his channel is lifting weights and that kind of stuff. So I just really thought he was just going to be some jock idiot, and he really brought some knowledge to the table. He was read up on his side of things, and it was an equal debate. He really held his own with a demo, and in the end, I think that they both ended up not agreeing, but having at least a respect for each other.
Well,
What I would like to add, because while this is on my mind, proves Ademo's whole point that two people, no matter even if they don't both consent to the same government and same way to live, can still work together inside a society and have a mutual respect and move forward together and progress, rather
right.
than at each other's heads.
Right, and we're definitely going to talk more about this at the turn of the hour. We'll actually be able to. We should be able to play a little bit of it for you and let you listen to it, and so that's going to be pretty cool. So we're going to come back to this, but
Well,
another thing.
I mean, we might as well play it because $10 says that's where all our viewers are. Right now, that our viewers are not what they usually are. They're like cut in half, and it's because that show was like everyone was tuned into that thing. It was, but oh well, we'll get our viewers on the podcast.
You know, the problem was I was tuned into it, and I was into the chat room and everything, and I thought the same thing that you did, is I expect generally these people to be sort of muscle-bound idiots, and then usually they come along and they disprove that theory. Sometimes they absolutely prove it, but this guy seemed pretty smart, and the problem is that every single one of the arguments that were being made in the chat room, every single one of the arguments that he made is contrary to the reality that we live in. They're talking, always mentioning things about gangs and people getting together, gangs and ganging up on you, and completely miss the fact that the military, the police, these are groups of armed gangs that if you're not one of the members of the gangs, you're expendable for sure. And if you're not on,
Well, this, I mean, I agree. I like though that they were able to both really present their sides, and it was really great that way. But how was your guys' week other than that?
As you can see, I'm here, so no baby yet. One's
yet.
coming. Not yet.
A couple of false alarms, it looked like.
Alarm, didn't you?
Yeah. Hospitals are not my favorite place, but sure enough, I always end up at them. But things are kind of dying down. She's doing a little bit better, so I think we might actually have a week or two before anything goes.
It's funny. The maternity ward gets these false alarms so often that you can't actually go in to the maternity ward until they clear you with a doctor first.
Yep.
So when my wife got there, it was like an hour between when she thought she was going into labor and the baby was born. So she got there and she's like, the baby's gonna come, and they're like, no. The nurses were all arguing with her. No. Doctor took his time coming in while she's yelling at him. Doctor comes in and he's like, oh, you can put her right in and you can give her the epidural right away. She's ready. By the time they transferred her to the other room, it was too late for the epidural.
Oh man,
that extra layer really does screw things up sometimes. But I hope it's her first baby, right?
Yes, it is.
Well, she'll be in labor like 2 days. You're gonna.
Yeah. So if it happens on Sunday, we can still do I can still be back for a show.
So, what? Any police encounters?
You know what? No, it's been a pretty quiet week. I've been up at my place doing a lot of stuff. So a lot of personal stuff. So no encounters this week.
Yeah, you gotta get ready. You gotta do that adult thing.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta put down the camera and
But you,
do.
Mike, you've been up to anything cool this week?
No, nothing cool at all. Not at all. I might as well be driving the minivan around
All
town.
right,
That's
well, I mean, I guess I'll just carry the whole show then. I had
yeah.
an exciting week, guys. I did activism. I played a intricate role in bettering the world while you guys were sitting on your asses watching TV.
Hey, well, you were doing that. I was at work, so let's be real on that one.
I was raising kids.
I did. I took a trip out yesterday and went to the Democratic National Convention, and
Oh, cool.
yeah, it wasn't nearly. I'll tell you about the experience. I went there expecting to be stressed out by the time I parked. I really wasn't I expected it to be bumper to bumper insanity, and it was bumper to bumper insanity, but only about 4 blocks either way of the convention. Everywhere up until that point, it was fine. We got right up there, and from the time we got to where we wanted to be to where we drove to get parking, it took like 5-6 minutes. No big deal.
Oh, wow.
It,
Yeah, so, uh, so you've been in Philly before. Was it, when you said when you got down there, it really wasn't that bad, but later on in the afternoon, what was it like?
Well, I will be clear, it was crowded, and every corner had about 10 cops on them, on each corner. So, like, when you're looking across, you see the intersection of 4 different corners. There were
Mhm.
actually about 5 to 10 cops on each of the 4 corners, every
Oh,
single.
wow.
It
So
was
huge police presence.
present. Then, when we saw where the convention was, there was just rows and rows of white shirt cops just standing there looking like they're soldiers.
Oh, wow.
And this was before the convention started that day. So they
Yeah.
were like this, like, I guess, all day long, making sure nobody tried to sneak up and do anything, vandalize anything, or try to sneak in or whatever. But they
Right.
were out in a strong force. I,
Damn.
I was really surprised though. My purpose there was a protest.
Yeah.
So I was going to it was a weed protest for the convention. We're sparking up at 420 to demand the end of decriminalization of weed in all of Pennsylvania, not just Philadelphia, and to end the drug war. And it was a good time.
Yeah, and I know, at the end of we come back from commercial in a few minutes, you have some videos and some stories to talk about there. Um, so anyways, let's kind of build up a little bit of it.
I'll give you a sneak peek. I'll tell you some of the people I saw.
Yeah, let's do that.
So 2 people that we've had on this show. I met the first person that I met that was standing out right on stage was Captain Ray Lewis, of the former Philadelphia police captain.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Yeah, Dio actually hooked it up in the past for him to come on the show. So I hope Dio saw that video. If not, maybe he'll see it later on this show. But yeah, he's a good guy. And I also saw New Jersey Weed Man.
Yeah, he's a real cool dude.
Edward Fortune, yeah, man. I'm just disgusted. Like, what is a man to do? They're determined to get that guy out. They want to drive him out of town. Is what the
Oh
problem.
yeah, that's
They don't want him,
what?
and they don't like him there. Every day he goes to his mailbox now. There's a new ticket in his mailbox, yellow citation tickets. We're just sending him noise ordinance tickets every single day on top of the criminal harassment and arrest that they've given him. But we're cutting to a commercial break, guys. We're going to be coming back with some videos from the convention, some more stories. Matt, you got the lineup tonight, so
Yeah.
sorry. You can't hear the intro and outro.
No. You're supposed to do something. Let us know. Just
Check that
tell
out.
Burnett it.
Since my Windows updated to Windows 10, I think my clock is right.
Hey.
First time ever, dude. Show clock. Anyway, I'll play the commercials.
Cool.
Can you guys hear the commercial?
No.
I hear nothing.
What?
They're no good. Oh, you know what's another thing that's not good that I just thought of? I can't play videos.
Your mortgage pre-approval and refi needs, start by visiting Van Dyke Mortgage.
Commercial.
Corporate NMLS 3035. Van Dyke Mortgage is an equal housing lender. Charlie Sundstrom, NMLS 134251.
The three most important things you can do for LRN.FM are: 1. Let your friends know you're listening to LRN.FM on your social networking profile. 2. Buy the things you buy online through shop.lrn.fm. 3. Give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm. You likely buy all kinds of things online. Amazon is the largest online retailer. You can get what you need at the same great prices, and LRN gets a cut. Please do your online shopping at shop.lrn.fm. We've all heard about blockchain assets like Dogecoin, Ether, and Ripple. Bitcoin isn't the only player in the blockchain game any longer. And for those of us wondering how to get our hands on these digital assets, finally, there's a solution. Shapeshift.io allows you to buy and sell between your digital assets and Bitcoin instantly between your own digital wallets. I've used it with ease. Shapeshift.io. There's no account or email address needed. You send them the crypto you want to sell. They send
Matt,
back
do
the
you
crypto
have those
you want to buy.
videos ready?
It's that easy. Shapeshift.io.
I just said I don't have them.
News updates
trying to
about
fix
what's
that.
happening with the Liberty Radio Network delivered in the way you prefer. You can sign up for our email updates at updates.lrn.fm. Plus, you can stay in the loop by joining our Facebook profile at facebook.lrn.fm or follow us at Twitter at twitter.lrn.fm. It's all free, so sign up now at updates.lrn.fm for news updates delivered to your email box, facebook.lrn.fm to follow our Facebook page, and twitter.lrn.fm to receive our tweets.
The Free State Project has reached its goal of 20,000 liberty lovers who've pledged to move to New Hampshire and get active to achieve liberty in our lifetime. Perhaps you're trying to figure out what part of New Hampshire should be your destination. If so, consider Keene. You'll find more than 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com. Keene is famous for its historic, publicity-generating activism, as well as being the liberty media capital of the world. It's home to freekeene.com, New Hampshire's destination for liberty activism, news, and opinion. For years, we've been compiling over 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com, where you'll learn about some of what's happening here and what makes Keene a great place to live. If you love liberty, you'll probably enjoy anywhere you end up in the Shire. But do your due diligence first. Please visit move.freekeene.com
The link is there in the
for the
chat,
full list
Matt.
of over 150 reasons to move to Keene. That's move.freekeene.com.
While our satellite channel is free to listen to, it's not free for us. You can help us cover our satellite costs with the chip in on the right side of the page at lrn.fm.
Welcome back.
I don't hear anything.
It's Severin Freeman. We have Alec Oplok.
Mike, could you say something real quick?
Michael Storm in
Crap, I
Topeka.
can't hear a thing.
And Matt just
Matt, I think, has problems is what's going on. He was talking in my ear.
yeah, I heard him too. He dipped out.
Yeah. It happens. It's technology, man. What are you going to do?
Yeah, that's cool. It's all good. But so before we cut to the break, we're gonna talk a little bit about my trip up to Philly.
Right.
So New Jersey Weed Man, got a little interview with him, and I had it was a good time. Matt, are you okay now? Are you
Yeah,
back?
give me a second. I'm trying to set it up to where I can play us some videos real quick.
Oh, cool. Well, while he's doing that, have you ever been to a convention, Mike?
I went to the 2012 Republican State Convention in Colorado.
Were you there as an activist?
I was there as an activist and as a delegate. I was a delegate for the Ron Paul campaign, and I stood out in front in a FEMA jumpsuit that I made with a bag over my head, and I was shackled and handcuffed. And
Well, just so you know, Matt, that it's 1 minute and 50 seconds into that video that we want to get to.
Okay.
But yeah, so I had a good time. I mean, it wasn't what I expected. I expected the police to be more militarized than they were. I was expecting like to see. I guess that was closer to when the actual important people were getting there. Because when I got there, I think that there was just like one motorcade that we saw go by, but it wasn't anything like a big deal. Like all the important people were getting there later. I got there at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
That doesn't surprise me. I've seen a large city, large-scale protest with thousands of people turn from good to bad. You know, I've watched the cops go from just standing there, just being there, sort of doing whatever it is that they do, and protecting public property, to suddenly turning into armored, Darth Vader stormtrooper-looking guys in a matter of just a few minutes, with sort of the crowd antagonizing him and causing him to do that and to suit up.
Have a moment to say where we've got.
I'm sorry about that.
I think that was my fault. I was trying to. Do you have it ready, Matt?
Yep, I am gonna screen share now.
All right. So what we have here is an interview with Captain Ray Lewis of the Philadelphia Police Department.
No, that's not what we have. You didn't send me those videos. I'm sorry. I'm on the wrong thing, dude. You gotta send me those videos real quick. Send me a link to it in the Google chat.
I did already. That's Facebook Severin Freeman video. I sent it at 10:19.
I need you to send it again.
All right. That one.
Thank you. I'm sorry about that. Everybody out there, I'm sorry about that.
Matt's just screwing up the whole internet tonight.
It's the professionalism. I had to boot up a whole second computer to do this real quick, so.
That's all right. So yeah, I got to talk to Captain Ray Lewis. He didn't partake in any of the stuff being passed around, but
Well, tell everybody about him. I mean, who is he?
Oh, he's a former Philadelphia police captain. He's been on our show. We had a good time with him. He hands out business cards that says activist, human rights activist, and he left the job as a police officer and decided that things were so messed up, and he just I believe he walked off the job, and he's actually even been brought up on charges for misuse of his uniform, but he's been able to fight it because it's his uniform. It was
right.
Philadelphia police captain, and he goes dressed up in full police uniform, and he protests with the protesters.
Yeah.
I believe I have the video up.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Woohoo!
Hold on.
Yeah, please do. When I start talking.
Dude, Matt. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were blasting us with that video. I don't know what you did, but I had to mute it. I was trying to yell over the video, but it wouldn't even allow me to.
Okay, here. That should be better.
All right. I hope you're muted. You have to manually unmute. You're that side.
Lewis here. What's up?
I'm going to ask you about a call-in line.
Show. Severin Freeman, Cop Block Radio. Oh, how you doing? Good to see you here. Good to see you. What are you out here? You're going for the. We're live on the internet right now. You're out here protesting the laws on marijuana today.
Yeah, what I'm trying to do, two things. Number one, I want to show solidarity with everyone out here to let them know, hey, you're absolutely right in what you're protesting for. The second thing, I'm trying to get a message to mainstream white America. And I think when they see these protests, mainstream media shows them individuals that mainstream white America cannot relate to. So I'm out here in uniform because a white police captain is one of the figures that white America relates to. So hopefully I can get through to white America and let them know, hey, these drug laws are a joke. They are it's just money makers. It's a cash cow. From the cops who make the arrest, they get overtime, to the lawyers, the judges, the prison guards, the people, the rich men who
Amen.
free profit. drug laws are nothing but a big cash cow. We have spent not millions or billions, but trillions over the years, some 30 or more years, trying to stop the sale of drugs. If we would have put that trillions into job training, education, healthcare, housing, you would not have people so down and out that they would turn to drugs. You'd have people that, hey, they're doing very well in life and they would contribute to society. But no, we don't use that money to help people. We use that to destroy people by putting them in cages.
Thank you so much for your service, Captain. I just love what you do out here. Do you have any comment on the brutality that's happened recently in the events in Dallas? And
yeah, the events in Dallas, the events of police brutality all over the country is nothing new. I'll tell you what's new in the last number of years is cell phones with video.
And there it is for your police captain himself. That's he said. Pause that for a minute. I want to mention that real quick. Police captain himself just came on and admitted that there has been police brutality like this since the beginning, that the only difference is now we have cameras. Everybody's walking around with cameras. Yep. That's the only difference. This issue has been an issue since this retired police captain has been on the force. He's known all about this. That's staggering to me. This isn't something new that people are just now protesting on the streets about, that it's a new issue. This is... Right. He was worked for 25 years, but we're cutting to a commercial break. We're going to get back to some more of what was going on while we were down there. Our meetup with New Jersey Weed Man, awesome dude, and the 420 Smokeout. When I got my picture taken by a police officer, yeah, one of the sergeants came up and snapped my picture. We'll be right back. I'm going to drop the 2 videos into the link.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to do myself a favor. I'm going to move this secondary computer.
I'm going to play commercials then while I'm playing that.
Dirty tricks to silence your voice. No matter what the haters hit us with, Agorist Hosting keeps our websites online. If you have a mission-critical commercial presence or a world-changing activism site, you cannot tolerate any tomfoolery. So go with agoristhosting.com. And if you want to get your foot in the door with decentralized marketplaces, Agorist Hosting is now offering Open Bazaar hosting. Go to agoristhosting.com, click on the button that says Get Hosted. Agorist Hosting, that's A-G-O-R-I-S-T, hosting.com.
There's no better app for tracking the value of cryptocurrencies than CoinCap. I've had a lot of apps for tracking Bitcoin, but none that's ever been able to track 500 digital assets at once. Their best feature is the Altfolio. I love this thing. You enter how many Bitcoins, Ether, Dash, Doge, or whatever else you have, and it tells you how much your crypto is worth. You can watch yourself get rich. If you have crypto, go right now to coincap.io, or you can use the Apple Store or Google Play to get the app. I love CoinCap. Coincap.io.
Is spreading the message of liberty and peace around the globe worth 15 cents per day to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. Last year, we did a fundraiser that successfully covered the costs of continuing our African channel. This year, we're hoping to raise enough to fund a new satellite signal that will cover Europe, North Africa, and much of the Middle East. You can donate as much or as little as you like via the Indiegogo campaign at fund.lrn.fm. And there are perks available like sitting in on your favorite LRN.FM show, exclusive shiny badges, or even naming a satellite channel. Please contribute now at fund.lrn.fm and help us continue our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. The fundraiser ends August 19th, so please visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. That's fund.lrn.fm.
Imagine someone in your community getting in their car, turning on the radio, and hearing the Liberty Radio Network. You can make that vision a reality with your own micro radio station. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how you can put our programs on the air in your area. You can have LRN.FM running around the clock, and you can even add in your own local shows. Building a radio station is simple, but programming isn't. That's where LRN.FM comes in. Learn more at broadcast.lrn.fm. That's broadcast.lrn.fm.
By the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Your doctor is taking medications. Make Protovite part of your healthy lifestyle.
HealthForLiberty.com is your source for Protovite, a powerful nutritional supplement that's a true breakthrough for your health. Poor digestion makes it nearly impossible to absorb the nutrition your body needs. Protovite is a liquid multi-nutrient formula with patent-pending absorption technology and the highest quality ingredients to nourish every cell in your body.
My name is Sandra White. 6 weeks ago, when I started taking Protovite, I was on 14 medications, from everything for blood pressure to fibromyalgia. In the first 10 days, my blood sugar dropped 50 points, and my the 14 medications that I was taking. I'm 66, living life and loving it.
Go to HealthForLiberty.com right now. That's HealthForLiberty.com.
Thank you, Protovite, for giving my life back.
Help get LRN.FM into more ears. Visit promote.lrn.fm for a free bumper sticker, flyers, banners, graphics, and more. Promote.lrn.fm.
Yeah. Right on the wire, I just got the last video needed. Haha. This is Severin Freeman from Lehigh Valley Cop Block.
This is Matthew Taylor of Carbon County Cop Block.
And Michael Storm of Topeka Cop Block.
What's up, guys?
You know.
Cut out. Well, why don't we talk about our show sponsor for a moment while Matt gets some videos ready?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. I want to give a shout out to LRN.FM, where we are broadcasting from right now, the Liberty News, or the Liberty Radio Network. So, big shout out to them.
Well, I was actually talking about the show sponsor, Bob's Ball Bag.
Oh, yeah?
ReachAround.com, and I have a question for you. Are you a person with a lot of balls in the tri-state area? Well, you're in luck. Open this week in Bridgeville, Pennsylvania, Bob's Ball Bag Wonder Emporium. They are filled wall-to-wall with ball bags of every shape and size. Do you have small balls, large balls, awkwardly shaped balls? Well, my friend, it doesn't matter, because at Bob's Ball Bag Wonder Emporium, they have the right bag to cradle all of your balls. Make sure to mention this ad to receive 45% off of all your ball handling needs on your next visit at Bob's Ball Bag Wonder Emporium.
The cradling is important. It's an absolutely necessary thing. It must happen. So I'm all for Bob's.
Yeah. I love. I mean, it's, to me, it's so important on those cold nights to have just the fluffy, the support and the fluffiness. It keeps your balls warm.
Ball-to-ball carpeting.
Ball-to-ball carpeting.
So, Matt.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
Killed enough time for you. You got some videos for us?
Yeah, I was turning off my chat, so I didn't have people popping up here while I was playing this.
I have the 420 kickoff, and I also have the interview with New Jersey Weed Man. It was a quick, short and sweet interview, but he was out there sweating his balls off, just like everybody else.
Well, here we go.
Did you get some pictures too? Or was it all video? It was all video.
Sorry.
Stay on this channel. We're going to be streaming off and on all day. We got, waiting for our turn right now. Got New Jersey Weed Man right in front of us. We're going to go say hi and introduce ourselves.
Bernie Sanders, like his face was like a...
Hi, you can hear Rick of Allentown Cop Block.
Yeah, I'm just waiting my turn right now. I'm standing there in front of Wee Man. To those of you guys just listening, he's doing an interview with somebody else, and he has a sign that says, "Ever fortune for Congress." That's his real name.
Recognize me?
I do. From the Reading concert.
The-
Right from the...
Nah, Severin.
Oh!
Dude, I've been talking for like 2 months online, and I can't make any.
Sorry about the choppiness, everybody.
We're live on Facebook. We're out here to support what's happening out
Because I'm live streaming.
People showed up
Not this.
And that's the end of the video.
Yeah, it was. He was talking about the war on drugs and how we got to end the war on drugs. Some of the, like I said, it was on a live stream video. I didn't want to put you guys suffering through any more of it, so we just cut it early. There was tons. There was hundreds and hundreds, even thousands of people around us. I think the other video is a little better though, because I was kind of up on stage, and I was away from the crowd. The one that you just watched, the crowd was right around. What's up, everybody?
Sorry.
I didn't do that, dude. Oh, the people listening are just dying right now.
I'm sorry, everybody out there. It might happen one more time. It's not my intent. It's just damn Facebook.
Why is Facebook gonna? Well, Facebook live stream is great.
No.
I've seen some good stuff from the
I want you to
Facebook
start
live
that
stream.
second video 4 minutes in. That's because we started like 4 minutes right before 4:20, and so we kicked off at 4:20. We were up on stage trying to get everybody hyped up and into it, because there was a police presence around us that just happened to have magically showed up right at like 4:19, 4:18. They just showed up and started walking around. So a lot of people were concerned. So Matt, you ready?
Yes, I am coming into it now.
Wow. What's going on?
I am getting it now. Here we go.
Nice.
Try not to blast our viewers.
But we do want to place pressure on the current administration. President Obama has the power.
They're demanding right now that that President Obama use his presidential power to end the war on drugs.
The police captain coming up taking our picture.
Now you're standing there smoking a blunt, right?
Yes, I'm standing there on stage. I had lit up the blunt. This woman that's standing in front of me with the gray shirt, she just put that gray shirt on. She was wearing a pink shirt and standing next to the cops behind her. That were standing back there. She put that gray shirt on, steps up, and comes to me first and is taking my picture, and then takes the pictures of the people around us.
Oh wow.
So she's like looking like
Yeah.
trying to act like she's one of the protesters, but she's totally blatantly taking our picture.
She's like, I'm not doing anything
Yeah.
illegal or anything, like I'm not doing anything to be suspect.
Well, yeah, you can cut that. It goes on. It's just a lot of noise. The police lady ends up going away. I just wanted to show that one part because it was hilarious. This lady, why bother taking off your shirt and putting on a different shirt just to get up close and get our picture? Like I regretted leaving afterwards. I really would, if I would have thought of it at the time, I would have definitely had gone up and like started a conversation with this woman. Like, why did you feel the need to put on a different shirt just to come take our pictures? You realize we're posing up here on stage, right?
Right.
There was no need for all that shadiness. Like, you could have walked right up to any of us and said, "Can I get your picture? Can we get some selfies?" We were doing them all the whole time.
Nobody's trying to hide anything here. It's obvious that we're doing this out in the open. It's funny. It's because they're used to just sneaking around. They're just kind of slimy and sneaky and nasty by nature.
Yep.
Yeah, that just kind of surprised me though. Like in the middle of a protest, when there's cops surrounding everybody, you got this one cop changing shirts just to fit into the group that they're trying to fit into, and taking pictures of, I guess, leaders. Well,
Yep.
I felt pretty good because everybody got scared when those cops showed up. So 420 kicked off, and I lit my blunt, and I was the first one to light the blunt. Then right to my left, New Jersey Weed Man was lighting his joint at that moment. So everybody was like looking at me and Weed Man. We were the only two smoking, and I yelled real loud, "Pull out your damn bowls, pull out your weed. You know you're holding. These cops aren't doing nothing. If they were going to do something, they would be up here arresting us right now." And I took a puff of my blunt, and that's all on that video. You can check out that video at Lehigh Valley Cop Block, and lots more on Severin Freeman's page, it's me, on Facebook. We're cutting to a commercial break, but I had a great time at the DNC. You know that?
Sounds like it.
I love weed protests. It's a good time, and it's good people. So we'll be right back with more Cop Block Radio after this. All right, so
I'm set for the next one.
Okay, yeah, because I didn't even read the show notes, honestly. You're leading.
I eventually opened them.
Well, here, if you want, play the commercials and go brush up on them.
All right.
Insane, and in some extreme cases, practically giving cars away. The APA traces the outbreak of widespread hysteria to an apparent overstock of high-quality late-model cars begging to be driven off the lot today. Some severe symptoms include delusions, manic exuberance, and a psychotic commitment to offer the lowest prices guaranteed. Victims' families are joining together to raise awareness of this serious psychological epidemic.
The authorities found out how unbelievably low his prices were. They'd lock and throw away the key.
You are not alone. Over half of America's used car salesmen are currently going bonkers.
Car dealers suffering from this condition are prone to project their own disorders onto others. According to Mad Max, the Car Czar's website, you're out of your mind if you're not taking advantage of these low prices.
Yes, it's the Onion News Network. The three most important things you can do for LRN.FM are: 1. Let your friends know you're listening to LRN.FM on your social networking profile. 2. Buy the things you buy online through shop.lrn.fm. 3. Give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm. It's my firm belief that the AMP program is the best use of your charitable dollar among liberty-oriented groups. Support all your favorite organizations, but make sure you give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm.
This is your Robertson Roberts Brokerage Daily Precious Metals Update. In early trading Wednesday, gold is $7 higher at $1,328 per ounce. Silver is 38 cents higher at $20.07 per ounce. Bitcoin is trading at $653 US. Buying gold and silver is one way to protect yourself from having government spending consume the value of your savings. For more information, give us a call at 800-874-9760 or visit us online at rrbi.co.
For years, LRN.FM has had a listen line that you can call and listen to LRN.FM anytime. Now we're taking the idea to a new level with the LRN.FM audio on-demand line. You can call 641-793-9660 anytime and listen to LRN.FM's live feed, and you can listen to a bunch of our original shows on demand. Long-distance fees may apply. Just dial 641-793-9660 and choose from the menu, 641-793-9660.
Since time began, tyrants have taken aim at personal liberties. Now there's a movie that aims back.
The government has no more right to tell us what to put in our bodies than they have to take our guns or tell us what books we can read.
6 drug police were eaten by bears while raiding a marijuana farm.
On your knees, you dirty hippie! On your knees! What's the problem, officer?
Today, many cops who enforce pot laws do so only because it provides them with cushy jobs, good benefits, and a chance to push people around.
I was an undercover narcotics officer. The drug war is nothing but a farce.
The Second Amendment says you gotta keep you and your gat intact.
Guns and Weed, The Road to Freedom. A film by Michael W. Dean and Nima Vadati.
DVD available now at gunsandweed.com or on Amazon. That's gunsandweed.com. Makes the perfect gift. Remember, that's gunsandweed.com.
This is the Liberty Radio Network, broadcasting the latest liberty-oriented audio content 24 hours a day at lrn.fm.
We're back. Severin Freeman from Lehigh Valley Cop Block.
This is Matthew Taylor of Carbon County Cop Block.
Michael Storm, Topeka Cop Block.
And we want to hear from you out there. We have a call-in line. It's been set up for a few weeks now. I know you guys aren't used to that, but we have one finally.
You know what? Amanda Burnquist was asking me earlier if we had one, and I told her no because I forgot that we had it on. Amanda out there in Minnesota Cop Block, I am so sorry. If you want to call in, feel free. Pick up your phone.
Well, yeah, we have. We're expecting possibly a call later in the show from Ademo to talk about his interview with John Burk.
That's true, but if you want to call in, remember the call-in line is 413-418-COPS.
And that's 2477. 413-418-2477. Call. Even if you're a troll. Because I had 3 different trolls this week. It was a unique week with trolls.
You're asking for it.
It was really unique. Like, troll after troll came on the radio show page saying that they're going to call in and threaten me like, oh, I'm going to call in and call you a bleep and bleep and bleep. Like, okay, great. Yeah, I'm going to just cut you off.
Did they actually say bleep and bleep and bleep?
No, but
that would be awesome.
Censor the show slightly so that we can try to get a little more of an audience because some places won't play us because we're too hardcore, guys. We're hardcore. We are. Did you know that our show is on Google Play, but it has an explicit content warning?
I'm sorry, Google Play. That's my fucking bad.
Yeah, we have an explicit content warning because we have dropped some truth bombs that some people cannot handle on this show.
Yep.
And some F-bombs, which some other people can't handle. But
we can't forget that Dio used to be a regular co-host on this show. Favorite word in the English language, I do believe, is an F-bomb.
Absolutely.
But anyway, we love you, Dio. Can't wait for you to come back. You got stories, Matt. Let's do stories. You're supposed to be leading.
Yeah, you know what? I actually have a video that emerged inside of an Oklahoma jail showing a corrections officer choke an inmate for more than a minute until he passed away. The inmate was 41-year-old Darius Robinson, and he was arrested on April 1st of 2016 for a warrant for
Hold on, choked until he passed out or passed away, you said?
Passed away. Dead. Passed away. He died.
Okay.
He's dead.
Yeah, no more. So on April 1st of this year, he was arrested for failing to pay child support, and on the 4th, the father of a 7 experienced what the family attorney was recalling a manic episode while he was in jail. So he was bipolar or something along that line. Well, anyways, there's one side of the story and there's another side of the story, and I'll tell you the official story after we take a look at this video, because I want you to judge for yourself before you hear what they said happened. Okay, so there's no audio, so you see them enter, and they're removing things away from them.
Real quick, if you want to see this video on the next commercial break, we'll post it on the Facebook page.
So he stands up. I'm sorry, I forgot that this didn't have audio.
Yeah,
So,
I'll help you narrate it. He's just hanging out. It's like a regular jail cell. The lady, it's a mess. The jail cell lady seems to be cleaning it up a little with her foot, kicking stuff around, and now they're talking to the guy. They're on both sides of him. How long is the video?
3 minutes.
You might want to jump ahead. I don't know.
No, it's about to.
So now the
Tells
guys
him to move.
They're on both sides of him, yelling at him. It looks like at this point.
Yeah, they're like telling him to get away. It looked like go back over on the other side of the cell. I think is what it was. Can't tell what they're looking at though. They're all bent over, looking at something. All of them looking at the same thing.
Yeah. And it looks like, okay, so dude stands up, and as he stands up, it looks like he went towards the officer, which, I mean, that does happen in jail, but it's this chokehold he's in. Like, he's in an MMA-style chokehold right now. And the guy's squirming. He's trying to get out of it, but you could see he's locked his head real good.
Now, where is the training that says that this is our chokehold's legal?
I don't know, but a 210-pound woman just jumped on his back while he was in a chokehold.
So he's being strangled right here.
Oh, yeah. And she's back on his back. Oh, she's riding him like a mechanical bull right now.
She's really, I don't even understand what the hell she's doing.
Yeah.
She's not doing anything but just sitting on him.
It really seems like the video is going in slow motion. Look at the clock. It's not moving at the rate it should be. That's the problem. It is going in slow motion. Yeah, it seems like right. Like the timing is not right. Like this should be twice as fast, sped up. I wonder if they released it like that to make him look worse, like it happened longer.
Let's speed it up a little bit.
Oh, you can speed it up. Okay.
Yeah.
Do that. That's actually actual speed there.
Yeah.
So they're wrestling him on the ground still. Okay.
They still got him in a chokehold.
And he's no longer moving at this point.
Yeah, he's not moving.
And he's still in the chokehold. She's bounding his arms, but he's not moving. Now somebody just walked in and put their foot on his back.
Well.
And that's where the video cuts out.
So that's it. He was struggling for his life. Of course he's going to fight back. They had him in an MMA style chokehold. Like, why? You have no choice but to fight back. You're literally fighting for your life. We've watched videos. I watched videos where some people were like cooperating, telling the cop, "Listen, you're on my back. I can't breathe," and the cop doesn't listen, and they die. Like, you're fighting for your life at this point. They decide that it's okay to put you in a hold that will kill you. I don't know. I don't think that guy had a chance. He was in that hold from the moment it started, and that cop was not going to stop until his body went limp.
Right. Now, from what I saw inside the video was, he stood up and he kind of leaned towards the officer, and this was Officer Michael Allen Smith. Now, he's a civilian correctional officer. No badge. No badge. Just let's make sure that is. And also, Vicki Lynn Richardson is the other woman who was in there. No badge, just a civilian. And you can see them enter in, and they're cleaning up the mess and whatnot. And then you see him lean towards Smith, and dude just underhooks him underneath the chin, and leans back and just starts cranking it in. And that's crazy. And you can tell when somebody goes limp. Like, why the hell wouldn't you let go?
Now, I used to do a little bit of I did some MMA, like mixed martial arts stuff.
You did?
I had some fun as a kid. Like, we used to beat the shit out of each other. But one thing I will never forget the feeling of choking someone out. That was scary. It was honestly scary. I thought I went too far. It happened really, really fast, and that's what that cop probably didn't realize is how fast that's going to happen. When you put somebody in a hold that cuts off both points here, it's not the air that's choking them out. They're no longer getting blood to their brain.
Right.
So if you even know how to do it right, you can knock somebody out by holding them right here. So that's what's knocking them unconscious. And when you feel a body's go
California high.
you feel a body go from struggling to that, like, it's literally seconds that can mean the difference between life or death at that point.
Yep.
And that cop didn't let up in seconds. That body went limp, and he held on tight. It seemed like almost like he wanted him to die.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, no need for context in the sense of like background or any bullshit like that. Just at the end of the day, that civilian needed to let up, and he didn't. And you know what? No charges have been filed. Only a civil case.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, the family's not waiting around for the criminal system to do anything, so they went after him civilly immediately.
Well, I mean, realistically, we're used to this the way that it is now. We know that there is no justice. That's one of their own. They're supposed to be there protecting the civilian population from the scum of the earth. And of course, if one dies, whatever, they don't have rights.
Well, we're cutting to a commercial break. It's our long halfway break. We got plenty coming up. We're going to talk about Ademo and John Burk. Lots of stories from copblock.org. And maybe even some callers on the call-in line.
Ringy-dingy.
With more Cop Block Radio.
$2,900 pages and involving more than $1 trillion was available to members of Congress for less than 48 hours to study and consider. That's over 60 pages of legislation per hour. Do you think anyone read the entire bill? I'm Jim Babka with DownsizeDC.org. Consider a proposal buried in a 3,200-page, $388 billion bill, which would have empowered committee chairmen or their agents to examine Americans' tax returns. When this horrible provision came to light, no one claimed to know how it got into the bill. One congressman questioned said, "I didn't write it, I didn't approve it, I wasn't even consulted." If your attorney represented you this way, he might be disbarred. But this is how Congress represents you every day. That's why DownsizeDC.org has created the Read the Bills Act. You can force Congress to read their bills before they pass them at DownsizeDC.org.
DVD, books, music, instruments, periodicals, computers, software, electronics, photo, cell phone, office products, home and garden, bed and bath, furniture, kitchen, pet supplies, automotive, hardware, apparel, shoes, jewelry, grocery, healthcare, sports and outdoors, toys, games, used, and more. It's a department store at your fingertips. Shop.lrn.fm. Get all your shopping done, get a great deal, and a portion of your purchase goes to benefit the Liberty Radio Network when you shop at Amazon via shop.lrn.fm.
Did you know that Free Aid is a mutual aid, educational, and networking organization? At Free Aid, we support volunteers who provide first aid. We do outreach to the public about health and safety, and we bring together medically skilled freedom lovers. Free Aid is made possible by your generous support. Donors can receive great gifts like first aid kits, t-shirts, silver dime cards, and hoodies. The Free Aid Silver Dime Card Project is sponsored in part by Roberts & Roberts Brokerage, Freedom's Phoenix, and Don't Tread on Meme. Visit fr33aid.com.
More Cop Block Radio is coming up next, live after the news on the Liberty Radio Network, LRN.FM.
From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Wednesday, July 27, 2016. Silver is trading at $19.70 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,324 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $657. Antiwar.com reports following previous reports that they have credible evidence of Turkey torturing post-coup detainees. Amnesty International is doubling down on their concern, calling for an immediate halt to all mistreatment of what is now in excess of 10,000 people arrested over the coup attempt. The imposition of a state of emergency across Turkey has added to the concern, as it allows President Erdogan to extend the detention without charges period from 4 days to 30 days. This is greatly increasing the risk of those detainees being tortured. Turkey Turkish prisons have a spotty human rights record in the first place, and since the coup, a lot of the detainees aren't even being held in formal prisons, but rather in makeshift detention centers set up after the failed coup, with images repeatedly showing large numbers of bound men sitting on the floor of a single room surrounded by guards. Lawyers have reported seeing detainees brought in to be interrogated by prosecutors already covered in blood, with reports that a number of detainees have been raped in custody as part of the increasingly violent effort to get people to talk. If you're fed up with the government running every aspect of your life, but you're not listening to the Lava Flow podcast yet, what's wrong with you? Go right now to thelavaflow.com/listen. The Lava Flow podcast, channeling the flow of information to the libertarian, anarcho-capitalist, voluntarist, and agorist community. Subscribe today using any podcatcher at thelavaflow.com/listen, or just go back to sucking up to the government. The Lava Flow podcast, striking the root every episode. UPI reports after running through all 57 voting states and territories, Senator Bernie Sanders stepped forward Tuesday to motion that Democrats set aside their delegate counts and move past a divisive primary campaign, nominating by acclamation Hillary Clinton as the party's candidate for the President of the United States. The DNC roll call vote Tuesday was unusual in its choreography, where normally the winning candidate seeks a strategic, symbolic, or personally meaningful delegation to put them over the top, and other delegations accede to the nominee's wishes. Clinton received the 2,382 votes needed, as determined simply by alphabetic order, when South Dakota's delegation took its turn. Vermont, Sanders' home state, allowed itself to be skipped in order to vote last. After all the delegates cast their votes, 2,838 for Clinton, 1,843 for Sanders, and 55 abstentions, Sanders motioned to the chair to set aside the delegate totals and enable Clinton to be named the party's nominee by acclamation, the parliamentary equivalent of unanimous consent. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports the U.S. Food and Drug Administration opened the door on Tuesday to a change in its blood donor deferral recommendations, which currently prohibit donations from gay men for a year following their last sexual encounter in order to reduce the risk of transmitting HIV, the virus that causes AIDS. In December, the FDA overturned a 30-year ban on all blood donations from men who have had sex with other men, saying the change was based on science showing an indefinite ban was not necessary to prevent the transmission of HIV. The FDA is now signaling it may go further. Gay rights advocates say the latest update did not go far enough, and that the agency's recommendations should move closer to individual risk assessment, which could, for example, look at whether an individual has been in a monogamous relationship. Their criticism intensified in the wake of a mass shooting at a gay nightclub in Orlando, Florida in June, which saw many gay men unable to donate blood, even as blood banks put out calls for donors. In a notice posted to the Federal Register, the FDA said it was enabling a public docket for comment about its current recommendations, and that interested people should submit comments backed by scientific evidence supporting alternative potential policies to reduce the risk of HIV transmission. Such suggestions could include the feasibility of moving from the existing one-time based deferrals related to risk behavior to alternative deferral options, such as the use of individual risk assessments. The agency said it would take the comments into account as it continues to reevaluate and update blood donor deferral policies as new scientific information becomes available. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.
Nothing you do or say will ever reach the lofty heights attained by the following news summary. This is the Onion Week in Review. Facing increased market pressure and a shrinking bottom line, media company Star Trove was forced to lay off dozens of unskilled bloggers this week. Sources confirmed that before being dismissed, many of the bloggers had been with the company for months, regularly performing menial tasks such as describing celebrity outfits and composing quizzes about Disney characters.
I mean, I've been with this company for almost a year. It wasn't the most rewarding job, and I didn't have health insurance, but it paid the bills. I'm already 25 years old. I just don't know where to go from here.
In other news, a 6-day visit to a rural African village completely changes a woman's Facebook profile picture. A new dating website helps plus-size Jewish plane crash survivors find love. And a kid figures he'll go down the slide 36 more times and then call it a day.
This is the Onion News Network.
What's up, guys? The commercial was way too fast. This is Severin Freeman from Lehigh Valley Cop Block.
This is Matt Taylor of Carbon County Cop Block.
Michael Storm in Topeka of Cop Block as well.
You know, it always cracks me up, those Onion News Network commercials that play right before we come back. Those are hilarious.
I missed. I wasn't even really paying attention. I was in the middle of 5 things. I was like, "What the heck?" That 6 minutes flew by.
Yeah, it really did.
I was testing the call-in line and stuff, making sure it was still working because I haven't heard from anybody, and I'm lonely out here, guys.
Gotcha.
Does somebody out there want to call in and say hi to us, tell us about your police problems? You can give us a call and be on the show, 413-418-COPS, or call in on Skype on the Cop Block Radio Show Skype channel. Yeah, it's Cop Block Radio Show. Do it. Let me check the Skype, see if anybody's tried to call in, because, oh, you know what? I have 3 missed calls from last week. Whoops.
Good job there, Seth.
I guess I got to open that app to get that to work, huh, guys?
Everybody boo this man.
Does it not work if you don't open it? Is that how that works? Listen, I am a professional radio host, and you can't prove differently.
We have a catalog.
All of my episodes are documented. So
you know what? Speaking of radio shows, there's a radio show that happened earlier today. It's actually called the what is it? The Full Fire Effect. It's hosted by a man named John Burk, who has launched in the last week a Fuck Ademo campaign after he saw the Badges Don't Grant Extra Rights video that came out on July 4th with Ademo burning the Thin Blue Line flag. Now, I don't know if you we watched 90% of it, and then we unfortunately had to cut away at the very end to start this show up here, but it was a really good debate. I know we were talking about it when we first came in, and I know you guys were saying that, you know, everybody expected John to be a meathead, and I agree with you. I was right there too. But one thing that I saw is I think.
I was real quick to interrupt you, not to interrupt you, but I was reading the other side of this, and from the other side, all John Burks fans were expecting a meth head, babbling idiot.
You just stole exactly what I was going to say, so I appreciate that. That's why
I came at this from a Cop Block point of view, and I was impressed. But I was reading some of the comments, and lots of John Burks fans were also impressed. They didn't come to any agreement, but they had an adult, educated, well-spoken conversation with one another that was very respectful.
I agree. You know what kind of person could really take a lesson from that?
Politicians.
And Chris fucking Cantwell. Fuck you, Chris Cantwell. I just want to say that. You know what? You know why? Because I was going through Facebook earlier today, and I saw a Chris Cantwell compilation, and a very, very early show that we ended up scrapping the whole concept. We had him on, and he just wouldn't shut the fuck up. And what's it? Yeah, he could learn from that. He could learn from how to have a debate.
It was the very first show that we were attempting. I didn't even know how to work a soundboard yet. We had all kinds of technical errors. I had 10 things going on, and he acts like it was some big success. He can lick my balls, though.
Right.
Seriously, whatever. He's an idiot. He has his following of idiots. I don't think that anyone that is a loyal fan of his is also a loyal fan of mine, because the two mindsets don't work together. He's just a violent, arrogant prick.
No, he's found himself that niche spot in between sort of just regular right-wing Republican type and anarchist type. It's a sickening it's been a sickening display with a number of these people who claim to be anarchists who are supporting Trump and other members of other parties.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
from my point of view.
I'm going to say this isn't a political show, but I'm extremely disappointed in any activists, any libertarian movement, or like freedom-oriented person that's active in the community out there and followed that's giving up the Libertarian Party to vote for Trump. Because what? Like, they all have their own stupid reasons. There's like a there's like a little following of these people that are just like, you're not libertarian because somehow Republican more matches your libertarian. Like, it doesn't make any sense, their logic.
No, you know what? I think 90% of the people out there who are going to vote for Trump are like, you know what? This country needs a hard reset, and he's going to screw everything up so bad it's going to force us to do it. So you know what? Let's just burn it down. Come on, Pookie, let's burn this motherfucker to the ground. Like, that's where they're at. So.
Well, I'm moving to Canada, guys. I'll be broadcasting live from Canada. Be like, what do they say?
I'll tell you how it is here from the mean streets of America.
I'm from Canada, eh? Live from Cop Block Radio, eh?
Eh? What you talking about? We don't have that problem up here.
Anyway, Matt, you have some stories for us?
Yeah, actually, well, what we were going to do is we were actually going to listen to a little bit of that debate that was going on between John and Ademo.
Oh, cool.
So, let me go ahead and see this is ready to go. I'm just going to play the audio from it.
All right. Try not to kill us, blast us.
I'm working on it.
With Cop Block. It was over a year ago. There was a writer on the Cop Block that basically they were making a lot of content that I just did not agree with. And it kind of infuriated me to the point that these people were saying the rhetoric they were saying, and no one was basically coming back at them with a public platform, because police officers, as you know, do not have the ability to speak out because it jeopardizes the career, much like in the military, the same reasons why I got out to an extent. So I decided to speak out against them. And then once I saw a video basically of Ademo burning the flag with a blue line through it, and then hashtagged the Fuck Your Badge campaign, I let it go for a little bit. I kind of ignored it, and then I had people messaging me about it, you know, continuous messages from friends saying, you know, I can't believe this guy's doing this and no one's saying anything. And I started doing a little bit of investigating. I was like, you know what, it's enough. So I responded my normal smart-ass way, and then a lot of people came showing on the page, and I said, you know, any Cop Block member is welcome to come and debate me live on the air. And Ademo accepted that challenge, and I'll give him props to that for having the courage to do that. I'll respect him for that. A lot of people wouldn't. So I'll give him props for that. But as soon as he calls in, we'll begin. I don't believe we'll have any more than about 30 minutes.
Skip ahead like 5 minutes. He doesn't call in right away.
Yeah.
The media, in my opinion, highlights are the singular events of police abusing their power. Now, you say this is what Cop Block is for, is videoing police. I believe that is our right. It's our freedom of speech. It keeps accountability. It's a balance of powers. I will agree with that. I'm not knocking Cop Block for doing that. But it seems to me that the posts you make on your page, your narrative has become so slanted that you now demonize an entire law enforcement agency or a law enforcement nationally. As in some of these memes I've seen on your page, you call them sociopaths. You accuse them of small genitalia, things like that. So if this is what Cop Block is for, why
we do
based off the actions of the bad actors?
Well, I think that it's a stretch to say we're demonizing everybody. If they're calling somebody a psychopath or a psychopath, that likes to be spelled. We're talking about the individual.
I said we do have some dank memes.
There's a definite problem with the institution of policing. You know, everyone accuses me of being a cop.
Yeah.
I'm just a little cracked up right now because our goal in our dank memes is to butthurt people, and obviously there's been some severe butthurt happening if this guy was willing to do all this and say all that. I mean, a lot of people were calling him, like, there was some severe butthurt happening. We're cutting to a commercial break. I do want to get back and talk a little bit more about this. Not going to stay the whole show on it. Maybe Ademo will call in, maybe not, but we're going to talk a little more about this. We'll be right back with more Cop Block Radio.
Police are like a box of chocolates. They'll kill your dog.
Live regularly? You know me. Free Talk Live is on more than 160 radio stations around the U.S. and has been downloaded on every continent around the world. Hundreds of thousands of listeners with ad packages from $600 a month to $6,000 a month. Imagine what we can do for your business, project, website, or idea. Email me, Mark at freetalklive.com.
Why did you move to the Shire?
I moved here to the Shire because there's other people around who take liberty just as seriously as I do.
I moved to the Shire because I saw videos of people challenging authority and thought that I could get support myself. It called to me, like, do this, right now.
I wanted to be around people like me who got it, and once I got here, I knew there was nowhere else that I wanted to be.
I've always wanted to change the world. So I moved to the Shire to join people who were actually working towards doing the same thing.
The people here are awesome, loving, and positive. It was for the adventure and for the feeling of something important is happening here, and I just wanted to come to sort of be part of that.
Visit ShireSociety.com to read and sign the Shire Society Declaration and learn the reasons why, if you love liberty, you should immigrate to the Shire. Plus, add yourself to the Shire map at ShireSociety.com. That's ShireSociety.com.
Did you know you can listen to LRN.FM via our free-to-air satellite channels? We have channels over nearly all of North America and much of Africa. All you need is an affordable receiver and a dish as small as 30 inches. There are no monthly fees. Learn more at sat.lrn.fm. Plus, if you are a broadcaster or want to be one, this is a good delivery method for our content. See our coverage maps and get details at sat.lrn.fm. That's sat.lrn.fm. sat.lrn.fm.
This Your Family Today tip is brought to you by Nestle Toll House Morsels, helping you create special moments and memories your family will cherish forever. Visit us at tollhouse.com. You may bake for birthdays and holidays, but why stop there? Sweeten up the rest of the year by designating monthly dessert days. Treat your family to one of their favorites or surprise them with something new. Either way, you'll create a tradition everyone will love. For more tips like these, visit us at parenthood.com/yourfamilytoday.
Here's a chance to do a little activism while you're cruising Facebook, Twitter, or Google+. Between the LOL cats, the recipes, the hot girls, and the inspirational sunrise memes, Free Talk Live's posts pass by your newsfeed. Like them, comment. It gives us more exposure. If you don't see our posts, click like at facebook.freetalklive.com and then hover over it to click Get Notifications. It's an easy way to spread the ideas of liberty a bit further. I know you're busy, but you can spare that tenth of a calorie it takes to click on something. facebook.freetalklive.com.
So the protection of life, liberty, and property is what the Free State Project is all about. But it's an effort to move 20,000 people who understand it's about demonstrating to the entire country.
Yeah, we can have a free market, a truly free market, making it just a freer, great place to live.
It's the world's largest voluntarist libertarian community, and it's only getting bigger.
That's amazing, to be able to move to a place where other people passionately believe in being free and independent.
What the Free State Project is managing to do, though, is to put their money where their mouth is. It's physically getting up across the country and saying, let's go someplace and let's demonstrate the power of these ideas. There's a lot of kind of philosophy that surrounds liberty. There's a lot of thinking about it and talking about it. But here in New Hampshire, people are doing it.
101 Reasons Liberty Lives in New Hampshire, a documentary by Free State Project Early Movers. Watch it free at 101reasonsfilm.com. 101reasonsfilm.com.
You can sign up to receive the latest about the Liberty Radio Network via our email updates at updates.lrn.fm. That's updates.lrn.fm.
Welcome back. This is Severin Freeman from Lehigh Valley Cop Block.
This is Matthew Taylor of Carbon County Cop Block not singing his way in.
And you don't want to hear me sing at all. I'm Michael Storm, Topeka Cop Block.
Why don't we want to hear you sing? Come on, guys.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Well, maybe TV tunes. If we want to do TV tunes, I might play that game.
You guys talk for a moment. I'm trying to get somebody on the show.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, you do your thing over there. So, anyways, we were kind of listening to this interview here before we went on break. I'm going to play just about a minute more of it.
That's not true either. I actually want cops to have, I respect all humanity, and I want officers to have a better job, a safer job, a more prosperous, a profitable job, and that I feel that the government, like I said in my video recently, the RNC, we're not against each other. The government has pinned us against each other. They make these other issues, that we all fight about, blindly supporting the police, not questioning them, bravery, are they racist? What does BLM mean? What's cop block doing? We're all going to fight about these things when at the end of the day, it's really about the service of protection and what it's being made into right now, and that is a monopoly by the government that is done at the barrel of a gun.
I think Ademo makes a great point there, because if you turn around and we've said it before, you break the law, and it's even something stupid like jaywalking, and you get a fine for it, and you financially just can't afford that fine, then you turn around, you have a warrant issued, and say you don't want to go, you go to jail, and if you refuse that, they take you by force, and if you refuse that, you die. We were saying the other night on Cop Blast podcast that every law should end with "or we will fucking kill you." Scott Marshall was saying that because of oath accountability. He was saying that, and I think it's true, because any law should, taken to the full extent, can end your life. And one of the main points that Ademo was making inside of his arguments tonight was that, the world doesn't need these governing forces to turn around, and especially our country doesn't need this governing force to turn around and tell us what we can and cannot do, whether it's the war on drugs and things like that. Because our society will step in, and even if there is no laws in the sense of...
We have a call on the call-in line.
Ooh.
Can you hear us?
Hello?
Hello. Can you hear us?
I can hear you. How's everyone doing?
What's up?
Hey, Amanda.
Amanda from Minnesota Cop Block.
Hi, Amanda.
What's going on in Minnesota? How's things been?
Well, we've got a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of protests, occupation over at the governor's mansion still in regards to Philando Castile's
They're still out there.
shooting death. Pardon me?
They're still out there? Are they like camping out around his mansion still?
Yeah, up until today, actually.
Oh, yeah.
There, I got a bunch of raw footage, some bamboozler and stuff like that on my Facebook page, and a lot of video action from when the cops came in there and basically pushed everybody out, and they made a bunch of arrests. I think they arrested in the neighborhood of like 65 people.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that happened today.
Yesterday. And today was just kind of the final part of it, I guess.
Wow.
I tried to go back over there today, and they had it blocked off still, and nobody was there. They took down this big shrine that they had, and
so the governor finally had enough and just like ordered the troops to go out and just clear a clean house, get them out of here.
I'm not sure, but it reminds me a lot of what happened with Jamar Clark when they had an occupation over at the 4th Precinct. They waited almost 2 weeks, and then the cops came in and just basically told everyone they had to leave, and they
I wonder how that works.
Like
we have a First Amendment right to protest, but like they can say how long you're allowed to protest. Like, oh, you have a right to protest, but at this mark, we're going to come in and arrest you all.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking to everybody about. It was kind of funny because it's just like, how are they going to set terms on protesting? The idea is that you understand the risk involved, and you're there because you want justice and civil disobedience, and you know what I mean. You're not going to try to put terms and conditions on how somebody protests.
Well, I thought the
you know what I mean?
I thought the Occupy movement pretty much solidified the fact that protests can go on indefinitely. Like they can't just say.
Yeah.
I thought the Supreme Court made several rulings during the Occupy movement that really solidified things. That said, like there is no open-ended. It's an open-ended protest. As long as people are there to protest, it's protest.
Yeah, and the thing is that they're going to try. You know what I mean? And a lot of times it works, unfortunately. So that's what they're going to do. And I know when I was there, I was yelling out a lot of things like, because it's really apparent how there's so many people that really don't understand their rights and what to do if you are arrested and things like that. So I think it's real important that us as cop watchers also do a lot of outreach to like the community and help answer questions and, you know, things like that.
Have you noticed every single like news channel and like mainstream TV even lately has been talking about police brutality?
Yeah.
Have you noticed
absolutely,
that? I've noticed it. I've noticed it. No, in like the last like 2 weeks, I've been really impressed with the amount that mainstream media and like mainstream regular TV has spoken out about this issue. They're not trying to cover it up like I would usually think that they would. They're speaking out.
I think they're on. I think they're in limbo about whose side
what
to
is
be
that
on now. They're
music?
like, shit, it's not popular to be on the cop side anymore.
What is that music I'm hearing?
What should we
Is that
do?
behind you, Amanda?
I don't have any music, I don't think.
I've got no music here.
Yeah, I was hearing like a heavy metal music sound.
Oh, No, I have a fan in the background, but I don't know if that was me. I don't think it was me.
I don't know.
This is the most metal fan in the world. It's so brutal.
Hearing it in your head.
Anyway, I thought I heard something. It might have. I don't know. I'm hallucinating. All right. It's all right. It's
I
late.
see what you're doing while I'm talking.
Our show's late. So anyway, so what else? They cleaned house out there. Did the governor come out and like make any statement or any kind of warning happen before they decided to make all those arrests?
Nothing like that. When the occupation first happened, the governor came out and talked to like the girlfriend of Philando Castile, who was in the car and stuff like that, and he made an announcement basically saying that the person who did it's going to be held accountable, which was kind of an unpopular thing with police unions and stuff. So, but then again, they're occupying his house, so I guess you never know what he's really feeling.
Well, did they actually arrest that cop?
No. Well, you know these investigations are all drawn out, and you know how that goes. And they wait till everything dies down.
So they come out and promise justice, but it's status quo.
Yeah, and you know, when they investigate cops, it's like it takes forever. But if I were to do the same thing, like if I shot someone in self-defense, I'd be in jail right now.
Yeah, you'd be in jail, and you'd need
waiting for my trial or whatever.
You'd have to post an extremely large amount, like $250,000, just to hope to see any kind of freedom.
Oh yeah.
But before
absolutely, and then have money left over for my defense and all that. And yeah, there's a whole separate set of rules for cops doing stuff like that, and people doing stuff like that.
Well, we're gonna cut to a commercial break. We'll be right back with more stories in our final segment. Cop Block Radio.
Whoop, whoop. Cop Block Radio.
We love you, Amanda. I don't think she can hear us.
Amanda cannot hear you, and that is what that noise is. I just heard a fan. It's blowing right now.
Oh, I must have the coolest fan then.
So brutal.
It's the smallest little things. Well, what else? What else is going on in Minnesota? Anything else?
No, I've been doing audits and stuff. I've done a couple more. I've put them on my YouTube channel.
Oh, cool. Well, we'll talk about those when we come back from the commercial. Okay.
You want me to stick around?
Do you want to? Do you want to come back and?
Yeah, sure.
Tell us about an audit, and then you can dip off. And Matt, you still have the Freddie Gray story. And what else?
Yeah, what a crock of shit that is.
Matt, is that fan on you again?
It's not me, and yes, I have that.
No.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
It's you.
Yeah, it's the fan that's in the background. Is it disrupting the noise?
It really is loud over. I don't know why it's so loud.
Yeah, I can barely hear it. Do we choose down just like one or something? Thank you. But yeah, man, Seb, if you go to my Facebook page or my YouTube, you'll see I got a whole bunch of stuff uploaded. I have the Bamboozer videos from like protests or clearing it out.
Yeah, I tried to play that Bamboozer. There's no video to it. It's just audio. There's no video.
What's that? The Bamboozer feed, Matt?
Yeah, I tried to play it while she was talking. I was going to play it over the screen, and there's no video. It's just audio.
Did you know that your Bamboozer streamed just audio? Matt said that he tried to pull up one of the videos and it was all audio.
Oh yeah, you know what? I had a body cam and I had the Bamboozer. The Bamboozer one actually is the one that has the guys in it, but my body cam just had the audio. I know what he's talking about though.
Okay, yeah, Matt.
In fact, the one I put on my YouTube would be just audio.
Love her fucking accent.
I still haven't figured out how to put my Bamboozer onto YouTube. Like, you know, I've been working with a cell phone, so I'm having a hard time grabbing that and then like putting it on my editing app for some reason.
We are coming back, and I'll play a commercial for a minute.
Cool.
Website, as well as files that will allow you
Hell
to
yeah,
control
man. If I can
custom
get anybody
patterns
that
and
would be
graphics.
willing to help us with stuff.
and help bring new listeners
We
to
love you, Amanda.
The editing.
promote.lrn.fm.
I've been told no in many different ways.
I give you an order and you're going to obey it.
You can do that and you have to leave here.
You cannot bring silence to the rally.
I'm comfortable here, actually.
Oh man, I feel you, man. Do the same thing. I just gave up and get frustrated. Like, they just sit somewhere and file. There's a file more. But... One thing was kind of cool though. Huh?
Bureaucrats have a funny way of telling people.
Yeah, I had somebody contact me about licensing for one of my YouTube clips. I thought that was kind of cool.
Derek J's Victimless Crime Spree. Watch it for free and order
Really?
the Director's Cut DVD at victimlesscrimespree.com.
What's up next? Visit the Liberty Radio Network program guide to find out at shows.lrn.fm.
Really? We'll have to
That's
talk about that later. And, you know.
shows.lrn.fm.
Oh my God.
We're back. We have Amanda on the line. What's up, Amanda?
Hey, what's up? What's up?
From Minnesota Cop Block. This is Severin from Lehigh Valley Cop Block.
This is Matthew Taylor of Carbon County Cop Block.
Michael Storm from Topeka Cop Block.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Oh, okay. Well, what's up, Amanda? So you said that you've been doing some audits on top of all the action that's been going on.
Yes, I've been really busy lately with a lot of this
Now,
stuff, and
now that's
I've
kind
done
of.
quite a few audits.
Do you think that's a good idea? Do you feel afraid with the kind of environment that it is out there? Because aren't cops on edge at this point?
No. I mean, yeah, they are, but for the most part, you know, a lot of the places that I've been to, they've been passing, which is really good. You know, but no, I don't know why. Maybe I should be, but I'm really not afraid.
Do you think they know who you are at this point? A lot of them?
Go ahead.
Do a lot of them know who you are at this point?
They have to.
No.
Oh, come on.
No, I like to keep it that way. I try to conceal my identity a little bit. And aside from doing just First Amendment audits where you take pictures, I also like to do Fourth Amendment audits where I carry bags and things like that to see if they'll try to search my bags, and cans of iced tea with a paper bag around it to make it seem like it's beer or something. I know Adam used to do that.
What was your most intense moment lately?
Well, I don't know if I talked about this last week or not, but I went to this precinct over in South Minneapolis where the cops jumped out at me, and they were literally, a couple inches away from me, it felt like, and demanded my ID and stuff, and then finally, it just I asserted my rights and I was confident, and then finally he said, well, we're just going to watch you watch us, and then they followed me around for a while. So that was probably by far the most intense moment I've had. The rest have all been pretty straight and narrow,
Honestly, I think you could get away with twice as much as we can because you're a girl. You don't look scary and intimidating when you're out there with the camera as a bunch of guys.
But they'll still use that though. They'll still use officer safety as a legitimate concern of theirs. to approach me, and that they've used it every single time.
So do you have anything planned for all those arrests that occurred? Are you planning on going and protesting, or is there anything new planned as a result of that?
No, the only thing it just made me realize that I need to do outreach. And so what I plan on doing is if I know that they're going to be out there some more, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do Q&A type stuff, and I'm going to give them some literature and some cop block and just let them know how they should act if they're arrested, that sort of thing. As far as I know, nothing's planned.
Well, that's good. At least you're getting out there and educating people. I mean, they should know their rights no matter what, but especially now with everything going on there with all the protests. Well, we appreciate your service, Amanda.
Absolutely.
My pleasure, man.
And we'll have you on anytime. Anytime you have something new happen, and give us a call maybe next week and let us know if anything new happened, if the protesters reassembled out there, or if the governor even decides to give in to any of the demands or try to make some of these cops accountable.
Absolutely. I'll keep you guys up to date for sure.
All right, Amanda. Well, thanks for calling in.
All right. Thank you. Bye, guys. Thank
Bye.
you so much.
Take care.
It's good to hear from her. Well, we have a call in line if you guys want to call in and you're out there. The number is 413-418-COPS. That's 413-418-COPS.
So I have a cat in my basement.
Do you have a cat in your basement? Meow.
Yeah, that's kind of the whole reason why my camera just fell right off of its.
That's what that was. It was a cat that caused that. That was funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I was wondering what was going on there. Well, Matt, do you have some stories?
Yeah, I do actually.
Still left.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to jump into Baltimore and the what's going on with the Freddie Gray incident. Now, for you guys who don't remember, I'm actually going to throw a video up here.
Good. That's a good thing, because I think that we've already gotten to that point that I have to ask the question, which one was Freddie Gray? Because this shit just keeps happening over and over and over again, and they're all starting to run together a little bit.
Is there audio? Oh, it's 15 minutes long. Where is the...
No. I've got this. It's right here at the beginning.
Ray, his leg looks broke. Look at his leg. Look at his leg. That boy's leg looks broke. His leg broke and y'all dragging him like that.
Did he just scream out in pain? My God, man.
Leg is broke.
Right.
Looked like a hell of a lot more than just a leg was broke.
Yeah, you see him being dragged, you see him being pulled across the
Well, I didn't. Where? How did he actually die then? Was he the one that was in the back of the police car?
In the back of the car, bouncing around.
That bounced around.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, all the remaining charges against the 3 officers accused of the arrest and the death of Freddie Gray were acquitted. All of it was dropped. So, they basically acknowledged there was an unlikelihood of a conviction following the acquittal of 3 other officers in this, and basically they dropped all the charges against them. So, Freddie Gray is going to go down, like so many others, as just a statistic, just another statistic of police brutality that goes unpunished and unchallenged, by most of the world or most of the country, and it's
in the midst of everything that's occurring. It's just one case after another. Like,
but don't worry. Don't worry, officers died in Dallas, so they've got the undying support of the sheeple of America.
It's just, I'm disgusted where things are at this point. It's like, our job is accomplished. I've been realizing this lately. Like, I don't have to blog anymore. I don't have to report this anymore. It's known everywhere. Every department is screwed. They're not holding anyone accountable. You can pick any department out there, and somebody in that department screwed up. So there's no point in blogging anymore. Everybody knows it. Everybody acknowledges it. You walk around the street, no one trusts police. So what's the next step? Where do we go from here? What do we fight for?
That's a really good question.
Yeah, it's hard to say because...
He sounds far away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
Okay.
It's hard to say what exactly the next step is going to be because we, you have so many different options and so many different routes that we could take, but at the end of the day, it seems like everything leads right back to where we're at, unless we just give up on the system as a whole, as the way it is, throw it out the door, and go somewhere new. And Ademo made this point a couple hours ago that no government has stood the test of time. So if no government could stand the test of time, then maybe ours is set to fail, and we're watching it fall. I think it might happen in our lifetime. What about you guys?
I don't know if we'll see it in our lifetime. I think what we're going to see in our lifetime is it get a lot worse because the government's not going to go down without a fight. And we're going to see the streets get militarized and not like cops with military gear. We're going to actually see military personnel on our corners, making sure that no one is doing anything that's outside of martial laws.
Right.
9 o'clock curfew kind of stuff, people scrambling to get home.
V for Vendetta sort of thing?
Yeah. The scary days ahead. I don't know. But we're cutting to a commercial break. We have our final segment coming up. You can call in 413-418-COPS. We'd love to hear from you. This is Severin Freeman, Lehigh Valley Cop Block. We will be right back with more Cop Block Radio.
Trading Wednesday gold is $7 higher at $1,328 per ounce. Silver is 38 cents higher at $20.07 per ounce. Bitcoin is trading at 653 US dollars. Buying gold and silver is one way to protect yourself from having government spending consume the value of your savings. For more information, give us a call at 800-874-9760 or visit us online at rrbi.co.
Is spreading the message of liberty and peace around the globe worth 15 cents per day to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America as well as sub-Saharan Africa. Last year, we did a fundraiser that successfully covered the costs of continuing our African channel. This year, we're hoping to raise enough to fund a new satellite signal that will cover Europe, North Africa, and much of the Middle East. You can donate as much or as little as you like via the Indiegogo campaign at fund.lrn.fm. And there are perks available like sitting in on your favorite LRN.FM show, exclusive shiny badges, or even naming a satellite channel. Please contribute now at fund.lrn.fm and help us continue our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. The fundraiser ends August 19th, so please visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. That's fund.lrn.fm.
LRN.FM is proud to announce our official listening apps for Android and iOS devices. Now you can easily tune into our streams anywhere, anytime on your smartphone or tablet. Just visit apps.lrn.fm or search for LRN.FM in the Android or Apple app stores. Please download, rate us 5 stars, then share the link on your social media, and let your friends and family know how you're listening to LRN.FM. Download it now, free, at apps.lrn.fm.
If you want to move to the free states and you're looking for some real estate.
Oof, I think we've all had enough of that jingle, don't you? If you're going to invest in property in New Hampshire, it just makes sense to support a liberty-friendly realtor. Call Mark Warden of Team Porcupine Real Estate for investment property or rentals in the Free State, or visit his website. Come on, you know it.
PorcupineRealEstate.com.
The 3 most important things you can do for LRN.FM are: 1. Let your friends know you're listening to LRN.FM on your social networking profile. 2. Buy the things you buy online through shop.lrn.fm. 3. Give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm. You likely buy all kinds of things online. Amazon is the largest online retailer. You can get what you need at the same great prices, and LRN gets a cut. Please do your online shopping at shop.lrn.fm.
Does your basement or crawl space have a damp, musty smell? Well, watch out. That's a sign of too much moisture and not enough ventilation. And that can mean increased mold growth and the buildup of harmful toxins and gases. Don't bother with a dehumidifier. It just circulates the same unhealthy air. Now there's a better way to remove these dangers and odors. It's with the computerized Wave Moisture Control Unit that reduces moisture and expels pollutants.
We replaced our old dehumidifier with the Wave unit, and in only 3 weeks, our basement is dry and the musty smell is gone.
Wave units require no maintenance, no buckets of water or filters, and costs only pennies a day to run. Breathe better, live healthier with an affordable, no-maintenance Wave unit. Call 888-618-WAVE, 888-618-WAVE, or visit mydryhome.com, mydryhome.com.
Right away. Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
If you enjoy LRN.FM, please contribute to your favorite shows via their websites and become an amplifier at amp.lrn.fm. That's amp.lrn.fm.
Welcome back.
Yep.
And every time I think, welcome back, Connor.
Welcome
now,
back,
it's your fault.
Welcome back.
I'm gonna have to break out some Gabe Kaplan on Hulu.
Oh.
You know what? Gabe who? What? You don't know?
No.
Mr. Connor, Gabe Kaplan.
Sorry, you're talking way before my time. Get out of here, you old bastard. So anyways, coming back into this, I wanted to kind of have a little bit of a discussion about something, and what that something was actually the topic of race baiting, not only in just the way the media portrays things, but then even also down to the way that even us in the Cop Block Network put up stories and the way that we title things. And, you know, a lot of the race baiting that happens is to do with Black Lives Matters and whatnot. But I kind of feel as a whole it is damaging to almost every movement, whether it be accountability, Cop Block, anything like that. I think it's kind of damaging because
race baiting. What are you? I think you should clarify that.
Okay. Earlier today, I saw an article, and it was Texas officer shoots and kill, or I'm sorry, Texas officer kills black partner, and you're thinking, okay, like, wow, what the hell happened? You go in, and it turns out to be the fact that an officer left his black canine unit in the car. And the canine unit dies. Like, you go into this going like, okay, cool. Let's read. Well, not cool, but okay, yeah. Let's read the story. And the second you get there, you're like, wait, this is about a fucking dog? Like, yeah, it's bad, but that is not what the hell you expect.
Was this Cop Block?
This was Cop Block.
Was the author Josh?
I think it was.
Well, he does all kinds of satire pieces. I think most of our regular readers know when it's an article by him, it might be something satire.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, too, on top of that, like, you know, it might be a little satire for Cop Block, but that is not how it's done in the mainstream media. The mainstream media, on the other hand, race baits all the time. You have a story that should be reported as officer shoots, you know, this person, and it's Caucasian officer shoots African American, or African American shoots at Caucasian officers, or, you know, shit like that. You know, there's no need to throw the race in there. Like, it's race baiting. It's trying to continue the spark of the racial divide that is in our country.
Now, do you think that none of these cases are racially sparked, though?
Well, I mean, you have situations that happen in, you know, very urban culture or urban centers, and, you know, I don't think it's more race than it is just location of. So the fact that it's just thrown out there as just another, black on white crime or white on black crime sort of thing. It's like what the shit, that doesn't need to be put in there. The fact of the story is this person did this and this person died. It doesn't matter.
We know what the reality is that it's done to sell headlines, and it works because there are any number of people out there that are still under the mainstream media spell. And even alternative media gets cited in issues like this, particularly with authoritarians or right-wing libertarian media and stuff like that. We have this clash of ideas straight across the board versus, how not even the level of how much authoritarianism, but just that there should be any authoritarianism at all. And they just want to play with the levels, and it's there, completely present, ever present. That's it.
I don't know. I kind of feel like sometimes it is a racial issue. Like sometimes some of these officers are targeting people because they look a certain way, or they are in a certain neighborhood. Like I don't know.
I think so much of it is about poor people.
I'm torn on this issue, honestly, because I've seen both the way that cops target certain neighborhoods, and I've also seen the numbers that show that there really is no difference between who's being targeted by police. Everyone is being mutually killed by police.
Right.
So those numbers show a different picture, but I've also been in neighborhoods and seen the feeling of people when the cops drive by and watch the cops target certain groups of people. So I've seen it myself. I've been with a group of white friends and had the cops drive right past us to go harass the black guy on the corner. And we're the ones smoking the weed. But anyway, so I've seen this happen. And so it's hard for me not to take that not to see that and acknowledge, yes, this does happen.
Right.
But it doesn't happen in such astronomical portions that it's all that's happening. The abuse by police is every color.
Look, there aren't police cars driving around the Hollywood Hills. I know. I've been there. I've driven around them. There aren't any police cars. There's private security. So we're talking about a rich versus poor thing. We're talking about the elite, the rich people, the people that fund the politicians, who funnel the money to the police and funnel their mandate to them that they will police us, have us divided in the most obvious and simple ways. They can do shit that we can't do. The rich can do it, we can't do it. Or they've at least got money to fight it if they're, on the lower echelons of the rich elite, as it were.
Well, that's what Captain Ray Lewis was saying. He's all for that mindset. He doesn't think that the cops are even to blame for the problems. He says that it goes above the police, that the police are just as much of a victim as we are at this point. We're all being victimized by the same system of rich people making decisions for us all that are bad for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In order to keep themselves in power. And yeah, I mean, I agree. It sounds like but it's a little bit big to fight that kind of battle. I gotta think globally, but fight locally. I can't fight all the rich people in the world. That's just a battle that's unwinnable. But I can expose what's happening with the local police, and I can carry a camera, and I could definitely film the police.
And everybody can do that. That's something that everybody can do because everybody already carries a camera. Everybody has one of these things. It's in their pocket all the time now. It's hooked to the internet. Use it. Keep it out. Turn it this way.
Yes, please, this way.
Hold your camera this way, please.
Yeah, hold it wide vision.
There's a reason for that. And if you start a video this way, that doesn't mean you can say, oh crap, and turn it this way. Because then everybody's cocking their head this way to just watch your video 10 minutes later. So please, stop the video. If you start the video like this, stop the video.
Damn you, Snapchat, for really instilling the wrong morals in people.
Facebook is just as guilty right now. Yes. Facebook only lets me stream like this, too.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yep.
It's a catch-22. But really, you want to be training people to do it the right way, and Facebook, shame on you for setting us back 5 years of progress. 5 years of Nazi video progress, because everyone who Love video. Horizontal video. You set us back, Facebook. You set us...
How dare you?
So if you're going to do that, we're coming up to the end of the show, but I want to talk about live streaming. Make sure you're live streaming. If you have a phone that has no service, obviously you can't live stream. But if you have a regular cell phone with service on it, live stream.
Yes, please.
Use service like Facebook or Bamboozer. Take that extra second to open the app and use that, because if, God forbid, something happens that goes wrong, you want others to be able to help, because you will not be in the position to help yourself.
I'll tell you what. I had to wait through 7 months of a case for having just raw video on, one of these little cards in a camera that the police took. All the evidence that they needed to release me and let me out of the court system, the police held on to it and didn't tell the DA.
They didn't rush to try to uncover the evidence?
No, they offered me deals and played their little games, and yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, we see it all the time. Their body cams will not exonerate you. Your own footage might not even exonerate you. You got to have something backed up that's in a central location. But we're coming up. We're at that time. This is Cop Block Radio. Come back next week at the LRN.FM app. We are doing brand new and improved podcast versions of this show. If all you do is watch the video of this show, you're losing out. We have custom podcasts put together, high quality. It's on our SoundCloud. Check out the Facebook page for links to all that at facebook.com/CopBlockRadio. This is Severin Freeman, Lehigh Valley Cop Block.
This is Matthew Taylor of Carbon County Cop Block. You can find me on YouTube and Facebook.
Michael Storm at Topeka Cop Block. Take care.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you next week. We'll be back with a brand new show.
Take it easy, guys.